Hi guys. Um, so I have a message that my my own guides, my own helpers, told me to give after past few days of some crazy stuff. Um, and just kind of owning, like, cause it took me some time to own that I have these abilities and that I talk to my guides and that they've been helping me for the last few years in my guidance and where to go and what to do. I kept it kind of hidden, um, but it seems like I should be more open about, you know, my my own psychic abilities and my own talks with my guides and my helpers. And so, let's see. There is a lot. So, um, well, the number one thing is that I do have some kind of ability to be able to have visions in general, but also have visions of the past and of the future. And I've gotten a lot of visions that I've collected over past few years. And the most recent one was an interesting one. And it's an add-on to what I've seen before, except that in this one I actually felt stuff in while in the vision. Um, in the vision, I got to see the future of humanity, where we're headed. The where our helpers, our guides, our creators, where they want to take us, where they want to push us, and the end of that. The what I saw was really beautiful, very interesting, and for me it was sad because, in my opinion, in my own personal opinion, I see the impossibility of us getting there. That's my own opinion, that because just of how we are right now, how humanity is right now, what I saw was a lot of love and attention to each other, a lot of respect, and just love. Like it was a lot of love, like a lot of love and recognition between people. That I see right now is it's not that it doesn't happen. It's just the amount. Some it happens here, with friends and family and stuff like that, or lovers. Um, but what I saw there was to such an extent that it's beyond how we are right now. I saw a lot of an energetic attention to each other, and kind of like feeling a lot of universal love and compassion from here. What I take to be the G Center, a lot of love and compassion and assistance. Um, and so that's where we're going, and that feels so. It felt so far, like thousands and thousands and thousands of years away from where we are right now in our time. Um, so the way part of part of me talking to my guides, the part of the way of getting there is that an end to our current system has to happen. We cannot get to where we're going, where they're saying we're going. That even though it's thousands of years away, we cannot get there without some sort of collapse happening to our current system. It has a big block to that happening, the way we organize ourselves and kind of separate, we like separate of us as an individual. We have like a big separation about you taking care of your own life and you making your own money, and you like everything is so survivalistic and individualistic, and you have such a big difference between like the US and other top like the UK, Europe, other sections of this world that are so rich, and then the rest of the world that, you know, works for dollars and pennies to survive. So there's this system has to end, has to collapse in order for our evolution to happen. And that's what they were showing me and telling me, how it's going to happen. We're going to see some more signs of, you know, it collapsing. We've already seen some signs, but it's going to get more frequent of how it's going to end. But it's going to take time. It's not like a right away thing. You know, it's not, they snap their fingers and it's done. It's going to be a shift to, without that system, to survival without that system. And it's going to be such where, yeah, it's going to be more selfish for some people. But selfish in itself is not a bad thing, because you can be selfish and still care for other people. You're selfish for your own needs, but we can still work together to help each other survive in a community, if that makes sense. So that's why it's like enlightened selfishness. It's being aware of your own needs and your own boundaries, and what you can help with, and being able to work with each other that way, because it's not going to be a system protecting you anymore. It's going to be like communities or yourself, for protection and getting resources and surviving that time. So it's going to be a unique time where we're going to shift into that time, and it's going to be interesting, but this system is going to collapse. And so what they were telling me and showing me of what is important is that, you know, every person has their own guides, their own helpers. And so what's important is that you get in contact with them, and start noticing them. You know, I'm not able to see them or anything. The way I became aware of my guides is that I started noticing them and noticing how they help me, and I started talking to them, specifically through tarot, specifically yes or no tarot. So I use like apps or a website, astrology.com. They have a yes or no tarot. I use that literally no, not during my sleep, but literally almost every minute of the day to talk to my guides through the yes or no tarot. And it's very helpful, you know, like for things to help me with things just in a quick way. It's not like, you know, I go periods without using it. Sometimes I just focus on my intuition and stuff like that, but I do use that a lot. So they mentioned that it's important to get in contact with your guides, your helpers for you, and to start noticing them, or noticing signs of how they help you, how they are able to move things in the world. You know, one example, just a quick one that I had, you know, they tell me I asked them where to apply for jobs. So I applied for a job, even though it was a low paying job, you know, I still applied to it. And I got the job, and maybe like after training, like 3 weeks later, another job opened up that was still within the same company. That was for a bigger, like a larger campaign that pays more money. So I asked them if I should go and talk to them about it, and I did. And initially, they told me, no, we cannot transfer you to another campaign. Um, we can't transfer you to another campaign. You have to quit and wait 2 months and then apply back, and then apply so you can get that campaign. And I was like, okay, whatever. They told me, just let it wait for a bit. Asking my guides. And so, like a few days later, they came and they said, "Oh yeah, you got the job. You got the job for the the other campaign that pays more money." And I stayed there working for a while. I was able to accumulate some money, and I also accumulate other skills, like that's the job that had like the selling used cars part that helped me with my personality son in my design. Uh, but anyway, the whole point is to get in contact with them. And what they told me is that it's really important to follow your authority, your human design authority. But that's gonna help you guide, you know, through your life, the decisions that you make, and for yourself, and for life. Like your authority is very, very important. And so they told me, to prepare you for what's coming. That's important. Your authority, and getting getting acquainted with noticing signs and noticing how they help you, and getting in contact with them. Um, Other than that, I think that's it. An interesting future is coming up for us, and it's important to be aware as much as possible of what to expect and how to go about it. But other than that, thank you for listening, and you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.